What the frick is up, guys? It is Alec back with another video. Today, if you can see, we got my freaking 2019 in the bag. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting with putters. Putt with 300 PA3s right here. Gonna have to get another one because this one's super freaking beat in. But the grip on these is super good for winter. Summer, it's too hot and humid out here. Messes up my grip, but it's still usable. But I have 350s for the summer, and it's getting closer to fall, so these are going to be good in the colder weather. And I'm about to get another one, so I can have a dual pair of 300s in the fall in the cold weather. These are super grippy. I like the beat on them, flatness, the way they feel in my hand. I got 2014 Prodigy 350G PA3 super flippy. Throw it on hyzer and I'll pop up turn, or I'll throw on up shots with forehands. Throw on a little hyzer, pop up and go straight with little turn, but it usually goes straight. Same with this one. This is actually my outside the circle putter. Super glidey. But when I'm at like 80, 90 feet, 100 feet, I like to jump putt with this one, and I've made a couple with this one from long distance because it's so glidey and so beat in that it'll just hold the line that I put it on. And yeah, so those are my freaking putters. So those are my putting putters and slow throwing putter. I got a 300 plastic Chris Dickerson PA3. These things are so money. Go get one, support Chris. They're so flipping money. I can just throw it flat and it'll go straight and fade at the end. I can throw it on a hyzer and it'll just stay. I can throw it on any flexes and I can throw it for forehand. I use it a lot for forehand. Any flexes, flat straight shots, and hyzers. So this disc is so money right now for me. And then I got 4 more putters, or throwing putters. I got 2 harps. These are so money for me right now. Nice hyzers for backhand. I like fan grip on my putters. Don't power grip just because I feel like I don't feel comfortable with that. But I throw for forehands a lot. This one is a lot more overstable. It's I think it's a VIP tournament harp, and these things are so money for hyzer forehands, straight forehands that have a lot of fade. This one's super beat in, so I can throw it straight and it'll hyzer, but slower than this one. This one is super good for straight shots that just hyzer shots, any flexes, you name it. Those discs are amazing, and they will always stay in my bag. Next I have a Marshall. This thing's super beat in. Usually use these for putting, but now I use it for throwing. Super good. I can throw this thing on hyzer or pop up and go dead straight. It doesn't go left or right. I can throw it on hyzer and it'll stay. I can throw it. I don't throw it on annies, but it's just for backhands right now. But hyzer flip, dead straight shots, amazing for it. This one is PA4. It is a Par 2 PA4, super beat in, 200 plastic. This thing I can throw it like this and it'll pop up and turn. I have to put a lot of hyzer on it to get it to go straight. I'll also use it for hyzer flip forehands that go dead straight, but also I'll put some more hyzer or less hyzer on it, and it'll turn and fade over to the left if I need it to. So mid-range is, I got 4 different molds. I need to get the same because I have too many of the different kinds. But this one is a Punkbeth 1-time Rock 3, or this is a 4-time right here. Super rare now. It's pretty overstable right now. You can throw it flat and it'll go straight in hyzer. You can throw it hyzer and it'll just stay on it. Throw it anti-flex. I don't really throw anti-flexes, but I like to throw it for more overstable forehands on hyzers. Flat hyzers, or no, flat shots that'll go dead straight with some hyzer, with some fade, and then I got a Nate Doss Buzz 176. Is absolute money. It's a TI Buzz. It's a 3-time. This thing I only use for 4 hands, from like 280 and in. So freaking good for dead straight shots that don't go right or left. So good for straight shot, 4-hand straight shots. I also throw it for hyzers that'll just stay, but I'll throw a little bit of hyzer and it'll pop up and go dead straight. Right now I'm not really using it for backhands, just 4 hands right now. So and then I'll go to my Getaway Element. This thing's so money. I use it for 4-hand hyzer flips that go dead straight, maybe with a little turn to the left, but this thing has pretty good dome, has amazing glide. I also use it for hyzer flip backhands that turn right or just go dead straight. This thing is so amazing for hyzer flip that goes dead straight. So amazing for tunnel shots. I love that disc. Mako 3, this thing is so money. I could throw it on some hyzer and it'll pop up and go dead straight, maybe turn to the right, but usually it'll just go. If I put it on enough hyzer, it'll pop up, go dead straight. I'll put it on a little less hyzer and it'll turn. It'll be my turning mid-range understable one. And this thing's so money for straight 4 hands. Just throw it on some hyzer, pops up, goes dead straight, and hardly fades to the right. This thing is so money for 4 hands. Also, drivers. My bag has switched up so much from the last in the bag I did. It's probably like a year ago. My bag has switched up so much, but right now I got for my straight fairways, I got this United States Match Play Amateur Championship. These runs are more stable. Bursty ones, I can throw this thing so straight and it'll just go dead straight with hyzer. It's so money for hyzer shots and into wind. It will flip up a little, but if I throw it on enough hyzer, it'll just stay on it and crash if I need like a placement shot. This thing's so money for hyzer shots. And then I have an H1V2. It's more stable than that one, or it's more stable than that Explorer, but these H1V2s I really like for 4 hands. This one's super beat in, but I can throw it flat and it'll go dead straight with fade. I can also throw it on hyzer. I could throw any flex shots. And I throw this also one for placement hyzers. This thing's so money for into the wind with enough hyzer. It's getting pretty beat in to where I can throw it on hyzer and it'll pop up a little. But it's really nice right now for my backhand hyzer placement shots. This thing goes pretty far. It goes like 350. Next one I got Core Team H3B2 with Will Shoestrick. These runs are so money. This thing is the best fairway forehanding disc on the market, in my opinion. It's so money for hyzer flip 4hands, even flat 4hands that go dead straight with fade. Like I could throw it on hyzer and it'll just stay, maybe a little hyzer and I'll pop up. This thing's so money. I also use it for backhands, but it's just so money right now for my hyzer flip 4hand. Now onto my Lucid Felon. This thing has been in my bag almost 2 years. This probably has been in my bag for the longest time. It's almost this December. It'll be in my bag for 2 whole years on like Christmas Day. It'll be in my bag for 2 whole years. This thing is so freaking beat in. It's kind of like an Eagle now, but I still love it. It's so money. I haven't taken it out of my bag yet, but it's so flat, and I just love it for 4 hands, straight 4 hands with some fade. I love it for backhands, for hyzers. It's so money. I love it. I can throw it on a hyzer backhand and it'll pop up because it's super beat in. I can throw it on a hyzer and pop up and go dead straight, and it'll hardly deviate right or left, but it'll have some fade at the end. It still has that felon fade, but it's just so money for hyzers, so money for forehand shots. I love this thing. It's gonna save my back forever. Onto the distance drivers. I'm gonna go with most understable. I have a Z-Lite Mantis. I didn't think that this would be like in my bag, just because of how light it is. It's 148. 148 would be like a kid's disc, but you know, I could throw like 410, 420. This thing's so money for hyzer flip backhands, like this much in a hyzer flip and go dead straight, and it won't turn right or left. It'll go straight for the whole time. It won't even fade. It'll go straight for the whole time from my hand to the ground. It won't even hardly turn left. This thing is so money. It goes dead straight on a rope. I can throw this thing right now. I'm throwing it like 430, 440 on a hyzer flip rope, and it just goes for days, like absolute days. Has so much glide. This Discraft Mantis, I want to get one of those, and the newer like runs, like 170, 171. Those things would be absolutely amazing. Hyzer flip, dead straight shots. This thing goes so far. Right here, I got a 400 GD3. Shout out to Asher Samsel. This thing is so money. I took a disc out of my bag because this disc put that slot in there for my absolute money. Flat forehand that go dead straight with fade. Absolute money. This thing, I'm gonna hopefully get another or two more of these, just because for backhand, these 400 GD3s, this one's pretty beat in, but it's just throw it on a lot of pretty good hyzer, and it'll flip up and turn, and just turn, flex back. This thing is probably my farthest flying disc right now. Gonna have to get me another one of these. These things are so money. I'm gonna have to be the other one in. This one's so money for my forehand straight shots and my backhand hyzer flip turns. Four more discs. Alrighty. Oh, wait. I have a king that I found at a course around here. It's a king. This thing's so flippy. It's just like it's a farther flying D-line FD. You know what that is? Super flippy. I can throw it like this, and it'll flip up and turn to the right. And maybe I can throw it like this. Yeah, throw it like this, and it'll just turn, and it'll turn into this almost a cut roller. Super flippy. Throw it for forehand. I probably won't ever throw it for forehand, just because one time I threw it on an Anheuser, and it just straight turned over. So I have to put this thing on a lot of hyzer and to flip it up and get it left and then flex back. But this one's basically my roller disc right now, super flippy. Now going on to my Trespass. This thing's absolute money. This might fly farther than that D3. I parked a 450-foot hole that was downhill. On a hyzer. I just threw this thing on a hyzer and it just held the whole way. It's Lucid Air lighter, but this thing's so money for my flex forehands, my massive hyzer flip, to flat backhands. This thing goes for days right now for me. It's pretty beat in, but this thing's so money for my hyzer flip backhands that go dead straight with fade, and my forehands that go really far on flex lines. Star Wraith 169 12-ton Ken Climo. This thing is so money. I love it for my forehand. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that one video where at this course on Pipeline, I threw this thing probably 420 downhill on a forehand that just throw it flat, and it just went dead straight and faded. And I had a jump putt for eagle, but it wasn't my real shot. But This thing goes really good. It's really good for forehands. It's really good for hyzer flip backhands that go dead straight and will turn right. This thing is I'm trying to figure out which disc is my farthest swing one, but the Trespass, the Mantis, and and the D3 Trespass and this one are going really far for me right now. So now last disc, Prodigy D2. My friend gave me this one. I've been needing a super overstable disc for wins, and this one is the disc to do it. It's my most overstable disc in my bag. I can just throw it hyzer, and it's just gonna stay and just fade. I don't throw it for forehands yet, but I'm gonna try and beat this in to get it pretty flippy. But this one's gonna be my overstable disc. Throw it flat and it'll just hyzer every time. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the end of my in the bag. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.